Okay, everyone, this is an update of the 2nd and the 3rd of February 2021. We'll start with the setting. Our setting is as usual. The stop loss is at 2% and the take profit is at 7%. Take you to the calendar and daily performance. So on the 2nd, we have achieved $1,577.70, while in today's session we achieved to make $6,605.70. Top performance of the 2nd are USEG, ATNF, OSS, VCNX, CANF, and today's session, the top performers are INM, ATNF, SRAX, DTEA, and then GLMD, while the least performers for today are ABIO, KBSF, DSS, CRTD, and ENVB. I'll freeze the, or I'll just point on the 2nd so you can freeze the screen and see the least performers for the 2nd as well. Let me take you quickly to the 2nd. We'll go and visit the top performers and the least performers. Then we'll move to today's session. So on the 2nd, so with that, I'll not visit this one. We'll just focus on this. I'll not visit this. So the first signal came on BTN. Let me just focus on those big ones in the 200s, big losers and big gainers, so we don't waste time on all. And if I recall anything interesting, I'll be talking about. So AREC came at 936, the 2nd candle, and did not continue to the top. Actually, not a clear entry, having the weighted moving average ahead of you. So that's clear that it might have some turbulence and ahead of you. So it will be it will not have a smooth takeoff. Moving to GR and Q, that was a winning one, and let's see, when did we get the signal? 937. I don't think that this is, where is 937? Oh, it's not this one, it's previous day. So the signal came here. I think that's an excellent entry. It did not go down and it continued. Let's see another one. Okay, here is another. Here is the one that lost 200, which is our 2%. And see how it was. It was a perfect entry, but unfortunately it did not make it to the 7%. So that's a confirmed loss, actually. Not a debatable one. ATNF. ATNF was just right at the cross of all the moving averages and the weighted moving average, and that's a confirmation and a clear 7% in 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes actually. USEG on the daily, perfect, upward trending from the beginning of the trend, and that was yesterday and continued today, and I think it will continue. So that would be something really, if I'm going to recommend, I'll be recommending watching. So it will be one of the watch list, stocks. Exit entry in 5 minutes. No, sorry, in 10 minutes, it made it 11 minutes actually. But that's a perfect one. upward trending, 10%, you know, in our time, 10% from our starting 10,000. Okay, OSS, gapping up yesterday, and maybe at early entry will be a little bit risky, but the confirmed one is to enter here. So when was the signal? It was at $4.64. Yeah, a little bit early. By the time you make your decision and you decide to enter, it will be, you know, just confirming the entry. Let's see what other opportunities we can look at. That's LEDS. What happened with the LEDS? Was supposed to be a perfect entry, but 11:34 signal happened a little bit, you know, at the 4 and the confirmation. I don't think that there is a problem with the entry, but it did not successfully make the 7%, so it made kind of like around 6%, then it went down. So if you are watching by yourself and you see, and this happens usually in no time, but here it took 2 hours maybe to reach to there and then to reach to the stop loss. Yes, but while you are trading in 15 minutes, so 1, 2, 3, maybe you'll decide here what kind of low profit, but at least within our time frame from 5 to 15 minutes, we will determine, we will be confident that that has lost its momentum and then it will not continue. So somebody at least might, you know, close the trade with a break even without even the loss. So that's a confirmed loss, but it made profit. But you know, when you are trading by yourself, you can tell. Moving to VCNX. Excellent movement on yesterday, and for today we will be talking about it when it comes to us. But here you can see a perfect movement and goal achieved, 7% achieved within less than 5 minutes. Okay. NVB, the NVB started here and then, no, it was a losing one. Okay, I think you can easily tell that the entry here is risky, and you are, no matter how was the you know, the momentum and the movement, I think that's a clear risky one. CANF, perfect day yesterday, and today started to the upper side, then it went down. So when it appeared yesterday, half an hour before the closing of the market hours, it made it in 9 minutes perfectly. Then it started to settle at the, you know, at the upper side. All right, let's now start the update of today's session. By the way, this is one of the highest days during our last month and this month. This is the second highest. Last month was the highest day was on the 28th, 7,448. And now this is the second highest day. And this will be as well the 5th day in a row. So now we are starting a new streak. I hope we continue with it. So let me take you to the opportunities on today's session. And always, if you like what you see, please subscribe, share, and if you like, give me a thumb up. And if you have any questions or clarifications, please do let me know. To check and see whether we really have today's data here, real time, and then today. Yeah, that's today's. I remember PH. Yeah, and if you were watching me on the live, I was pointing out at WTT and bringing the chart here. That was a winning one. Okay, let's start with the first signal that came to us. CLP. No, that was not the first one, sorry. Okay, now CNF minus 144. Let's check the entry. And by the way, the markets were good during the trading, but now the closure was just flat, you know. Okay, so that's a no-go, obviously. Next one, HNRG. You can tell, I believe. That's not an entry one also. RUHN. It opened up gapping high. And I think I'll be conservative entering this one, especially that there is no confirmation of the break of the moving averages. So, but without seeing the daily chart, you can just easily tell that that's not a confirmed entry. BTN. BTN is still not clear, although it made profit, but see what had happened there. So imagine that you entered a little bit late. You'll not be really catching the 7%, then it will be risky for you. So, okay, it's a winning one, but I do not really think that I will be entering it. If I see this signal, maybe I'm saying maybe, I'll be just watching, waiting for it till it breaks the 3, but see, when it broke the 3, it continued. That's true, but the entry here was not, in my honest opinion, I don't think that was a clear entry. I don't usually go against this weighted moving average at all. But it's a winning one. And looking at the signals might be tempting. But again, you are at the psychological barrier, and it will be another factor not to enter, you know. Anyway, it made profit depending on the entry. Here, again, it has lost, and that's obvious. You are at a changing direction candle, and it was wild. The movement was very wild on that candle, and as a result, it made the 7 and the -2 on the same candle, right at the same time. So that was a losing one also. REPH. Sweet, but unfortunately it was losing. You entered at 3, 371, I mean. Then you went down, then you continued. But even your movement upwards was not enough to make your 7%. Again, that might be a reason. Not a clear signal to cross the moving average, the 50 days moving average. So, but I can tell that the movement was strong enough to give you alerts. Let's see how annoying were the signals. One, but you were at 3.75. So next one came at 375. Then it gave you next high at 379. Too many highs, too many highs after, a trader looking for his 7% for 5 in a duration of 5 to 15 minutes might be really waiting for it till it confirms breaking and giving a wide range, So even this one, 377, was just right at the resistance, then it did not manage to make it. But imagine that it gave you 3.77 and then the next was, say, 4.29, then that will be a good, incentive to jump in and push for your luck. We will see one as we go through the recap. One opportunity, one of the stocks came breaking, I believe, 5. Then the next resistance was 11. We'll be talking about it. I believe it will come ahead. So AREC losing at this candle. But if you waited for it maybe until here, the results will be different. But again, that depends on the signal when it came and where. Let's see, 425, your resistance at 4 is at 429. So you waited all this to 429, then 430. It gave you until next resistance at 493, and that was 931. So 931. You will see the signal at 931. And then maybe by that time, when you see it at 931, it will be 430. You will not decide to enter this candle because you will be going. No, maybe honestly speaking, it will be a good one to enter. But better to be in, to remove the uncertainty, to wait for the next candle and see how it will react. So if you waited, like all the traders usually do when they want to enter, they wait for a confirmation candle. So if you waited for this to the close to see where it closes, so if it closes, if it ends here and then it started to continue breaking the previous one and continues up, then it will be a confirmation to enter. But what had happened here is that it continued, and then before the closure it went down, and then it closed here. So you lost all these, and then you went below the weighted moving average and the moving averages. So the other candle, the next candle was boom, going down. Then the other one, the third one, gave you an upper movement. Then maybe the right entry will be to start with this candle, let it go down, then when it confirms here. But even if you start here, you will be losing opportunities. You will be losing the signals definitely, because this is not a movement of a high momentum, stock, as you always see in the trading during the live streaming. So this is not a high momentum movement. when it goes down and struggles here and then it goes up. So maybe it is, if we go further and see during the day, maybe it again made this movement and it appeared again on our screener. So we will see. Excuse me. Let's see CLVRW. CLVRW appeared at 9:38. And that was $2.70. Then the next signal started here, and then it confirmed the upper way, the upper movement. Before the psychological barrier, you can just get out. So if you enter late by 10 cents from the entry signal, 2.7, and you started at 288, still you can make your 7% easily. So 288 to 299, I think, or 280, I mean, yeah, that's the signal, yeah. So 280 to 299, it will be your 7%. ABIO was winning yesterday, and today's session was winning on yesterday's session when the daily candle was red and was testing the 20 days moving average. However, it did great today. It did great yesterday when it was going down, but today, when it was upward trending, it did not make it, depending on our entry. Actually, our entry came here, but it was not strong enough to continue and make our 7%. So our 7% is at $4.96. Oh, was not able to make it. Okay, ATNF. Far from the support, the moving averages, but doing great movement. I remember I saw it continuously on the screener. Where is it? 947. VTV, why we didn't talk about it? It was a losing one, but strange. Okay, let's go to CVTV. Strange that we did not talk about it. It appeared on the screener. It was moving well. There was enough room. Maybe it's interesting to talk about it. So we'll point on the screener when we were in the daily trading session, and we'll see where it gave the signal. Unfortunately, it gave an excellent signal with excellent momentum, but it did not make our 7%, but gave you the signal at 277, and then it reached the high, the resistance, previous resistance at 319. Made it, and then unfortunately it did not continue. That was a losing one. Going back to ATNF. ATNF was supposed to give good. ATNF, yeah, I remember I saw the signals. That was at $4.55, and then $4.55. Then the stop loss was at 5. Yeah, I think that was the attractive thing during the trading. I saw it, saw the signals, and I saw this. I think I talked about it during the trading session. I think so. I'll recheck. Please recheck my Twitter account. I think I talked about it. So 455 was the entry, and the stop loss was 487. Yeah. So yeah, it made it before. I guess there's something wrong here. It appeared at 9:47. It appeared here 4:55. But by our definition, 2%, this is supposed to be a losing one, actually, not a winning one. Yes, it made it when it went to the when it reached the target, and at the okay, no, 1 hour after that. So first, that's not our criteria. Second, it did go below the moving averages, and most importantly, it did hit our 2%. Sadly, exactly at the 2%, then it continued. It did not go lower than that. That's supposed, ladies and gentlemen, that's supposed to be a losing trade. If I'm trading it manually, it would be even worse. I'll be leaving earlier. Higher than 448. I'll be maybe entering here, or maybe waiting for the confirmation candle. If I waited for the confirmation candle, I think it will be easy to tell, because this is at 9:50, 3 minutes after the momentum here, so I will not be really entering. But if I enter just right at the momentum, looking at the, seeing the confirmation, and then the next resistance, next high at the psychological and the historical resistance, so I will be entering here already, and I will be losing this trade. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a losing trade, not a winning one. Okay, moving to INM. I think INM, again, 477 and 510. 466 is the stop loss, 477 is the entry. Is this another losing trade? Let me see INM. What might make me stop going into this? Everything was perfect, except for the, psychological resistance. But if I see it, it might be a little bit tight. I might be a little bit hesitating to enter only because of this. If this was just like the one before, which is ATNF, and there was a, large gap, yes, I would say that I will be entering this one. But looking at this, and from previous history, previous entries where I struggled when similar situations, are not enter. And I think what confirms also is what had happened here. Here it shows you to be accurate. Here the signal, it gives you exactly the 2 lines on the entry and the exit. Here it gives you the signal where you are really trading. So when you are trading, you will see this one with the target daily goal also. But when we look back, we use this one to see, for simplicity, to see our stop loss where it really gave the signal. So if you look into, the signals, the back test, you will see that it did hit here. But if you are really trading, you will see that this was not supposed to be our right entry. Our right entry was supposed to be after breaking the 5. So if you break the 5, you will be maybe here. Yes, you will be definitely here. And when you break the 5, see what had happened. It gave you another dip down, and then it continued. So this dip is not 2% from the 5, luckily, and that was really supposed to be the right entry. So all what will happen here is just to get attracted to it. So you will be watching it when it really made the 5%, as you will see here. The $5, I mean, as you will see here. SBC, SP, CB. We did not talk about it, and it made a profit, but let us focus on INM. INM, yeah, here. Still, you'll be watching it here. You'll be watching it. And then the right entry will be here. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see the 499, wait for the confirmation at 10:06. 10:06 is here. 10:05, this will end, and then 10:06 here. At the 10:06, you will enter easily, and then you can get your 7% in 5 minutes, rather than waiting for 20 minutes and struggle and even hit your stop loss. That's a correct entry, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So it is winning on the back test, but it is now more confirmed when you check what had happened when you are really in the market trading based on the screener, the Gulf Trader screener here, using your judgmental, your judgment and of course, your knowledge, your experience. That will be gaining within the time, definitely. CGIX, I think perfect entry and everything is okay. I think no problem with this, except for the, it made it, it did it. But the psychological barrier is something really to keep in mind. But if you want to enter with a risk, there is no problem here. It confirmed the breaking of the previous, and it continued successfully. Okay. ZKIN. Perfect one, but really moving high. ZKIN was 32 when it gave the signal, 32% high already. There was good movement, good momentum, I think. Yeah, I think there was a room. It made it, okay. GLMD, I think it took a long time till it made it. So maybe I'll not be making really all this. In 2 hours, maybe I'll be leaving maybe at 5% profit based on our 5 to 15 minutes. So 5, 10, 15, maybe I'm leaving at this area with 5%. By that time, definitely, it will be obvious to all of us that it has lost the momentum. If somebody waits more, he or she can leave at the break even only, before he gets or she gets unlucky and you go down close to your stop loss. Okay, this is a winning one, but not winning by 7%, according to our criteria, which is 5 to 15 minutes. Moving to TYHT, perfect, but it took long time, actually 15 minutes. No, actually it made it in our criteria, but I see it going down a little bit, then going up. But that's undoubtable one. It's a winning one. SRAX, I think I talked about it during the trading. If you enter here, it is confirming that it did not hit your stop loss, but it took a long duration, 45 minutes to make your 7%. So your 7% was here. If somebody waits for retesting, actually nobody really needs to wait, because it was confirming breaking the $0.50, and then it was moving up. So somebody might get bored waiting only while it was moving slowly, then testing his or her entry, then going up again. Maybe not everyone will be making really profit out of this maybe this trade will be a break-even trade. Maybe I'm saying, just saying. That depends on the reality. Results may vary. What else? What was attractive during our trading? If you recall any of the opportunities I highlighted during the trading, please. Or if you like any of these you want me to talk about, please also indicate to me. Wow, we took long time in our daily recap, so I think I will be, yeah, WTT, of course. That's a winning one. I will talk about this, will be the last. I don't recall that it made this up movement, then it went down, then it continued. I remember that it was rallying toward the end of the session. Yeah, maybe then here where it appeared, okay, it made it, but it took longer time when I was really seeing it, and I did not talk about it actually during the trading. Maybe it was showing up here when there was a momentum either on this candle or on this candle. But it made a very excellent 15 minutes movement, and I believe it made more than that even. No, I believe, no, it made the 7%. Yeah, it made the 7% and more actually. Okay, MTP also was moving, and it made it perfectly in 1 minute, in 2 minutes, let's say. That was it for today, and I hope that you liked what you saw, and always you will find similar opportunities and better if you join us on the daily streaming. So see you in today's session, and stay tuned. Good luck to all. Bye-bye.